Park Yoon-jae and Kim Ji-yoon are a couple deeply in love. Kim Ji-yoon went to a job interview. Afterward, her feet hurt from wearing high heels. Park Yoon-jae would then change into the slippers he brought for her and stick a band-aid on her scraped ankle. Kim Ji-eun would throw herself into her boyfriend's arms, adoring the sweet guy in front of her. Park Yoon-jae studies astronomy and loves the universe. He plans to go on a hiking trip with his girlfriend and made a large hand-drawn itinerary. He intentionally left time after 9 p.m., claiming he would pick stars with his girlfriend. When he dropped Kim Ji-yoon off at home that night, the two passionately kissed at the door, though repeatedly interrupted by Kim Ji-yoon's sister. Every moment was unbearably sweet for the couple in love. When Kim Ji-yoon's friends found out she was going on a trip with her boyfriend, they bluntly handed her a condom, reminding her to protect herself. Recalling Park Yoon-jae's vague remark about picking stars, Kim Ji-yoon blushed and tucked the condom into her bag. That night, Park Yoon-jae prepared a star necklace to give to his girlfriend during the trip. Kim Ji-yoon also put on a face mask and went to bed for a beauty sleep. The next morning, Kim Ji-yoon groggily woke up and went to the bathroom to remove the mask. Upon looking up, she immediately gasped in shock. The person in the mirror had turned into a handsome man. Kim Ji-yoon quickly splashed water on her face, reminding herself this must be a dream, but when she pinched her cheek, the pain felt real. At that moment, her sister entered the bathroom. Kim Ji-yoon quickly covered her mouth and turned away. At first, the sister just thought Kim Ji-yoon's pajamas looked too small, assuming her sister had gained weight, but when she got up, she suddenly noticed that her sister's feet seemed unusually large. After taking a closer look at her sister's silhouette, the sister was stunned, convinced a strange man had broken into their home. Without saying a word, she grabbed the shower head and sprayed the pervert in front of her. Kim Ji-yoon was drenched and hurriedly tried to stop her sister, lifting her dripping bangs during the struggle. Seeing the striking features of this handsome man, the sister who was obsessed with looks immediately became infatuated. Kim Ji-yoon explained that she was her sister, asking her to take a closer look. But when the sister realized this wasn't a dream, she kicked Kim Ji-yoon in the groin and ran out screaming. Seeing her sister still in disbelief, Kim Ji-yoon suddenly had an idea. She lifted her pajama top to show her sister the kitten tattoo on her shoulder. Back then, the two sisters had gotten similar tattoos, promising to support each other no matter what and to trust one another. As ridiculous as it seemed, the tattoo was proof. Finally, the sister believed the absurd reality before her. At that moment, Park Yoon-jae arrived downstairs. To keep Park Yoon-jae from discovering the truth, the sister lied that Kim Ji-yoon was too sick to see anyone. When Park Yoon-jae insisted on coming inside, the sister made up excuses to turn him away. Watching her boyfriend leave helplessly, Kim Ji-yoon, hidden on the balcony, couldn't help but cry. After Park Yoon-jae left, Kim Ji-yoon hid under the covers, reading messages from her boyfriend, including a video of a meteor shower. Today was supposed to be their travel day, but now she could only watch it through the screen. She sobbed and rolled around on the bed. Unaware of what was happening, Park Yoon-jae brought food, drinks, flowers, and more to his girlfriend's doorstep every day. Each time, the sister would take it inside for her. Seeing how devoted Park Yoon-jae was, the sister warned Kim Ji-yoon either confess or break up. After hesitating, Kim Ji-yoon opened her suitcase, wiped away her tears, and decided to face this chaotic reality. She went to the cafe where Park Yoon-jae worked. With courage, she laid out her ID card and student ID, telling him outright that she was Kim Ji-yoon. To prove it, she even brought her passport and bank statements, explaining that aside from turning into a man, nothing else had changed. Park Yoon-jae still didn't believe her, thinking she was part of a prank show. Kim Ji-yoon recounted every detail of their relationship from the date they started dating, to where they first met, to the flowers he gave her. She even described her favorite parts of her boyfriend's body, with perfect accuracy. Yet, the situation was too absurd. No matter how much Kim Ji-yoon tried to explain, Park Yoon-jae wouldn't believe her. He even suspected that the man in front of him had kidnapped his girlfriend and beat him up. He threatened to take him to the police. Kim Ji-yoon, in tears, agreed, but before that, she asked him to take her to one place. Kim Ji-yoon took her boyfriend to her home. She showed him the matching kitten tattoos on herself and her sister. Kim Ji-yoon explained that changing genders was actually a family trait. Whether it happened depended on luck. Their mother had experienced something similar before. The tattoos were a precaution, a way to identify each other in case it happened again. Park Yoon-jae felt completely confused. He needed time to process everything. Kim Ji-eun chased after him, saying she would wait as long as needed, but she didn't want their relationship to end. As Park Yoon-jae hesitated, Kim Ji-eun reached out and took his hand. She begged him to trust her. Under the night sky, Park Yoon-jae wandered the streets, lost in thought. Memories of his first meeting with Kim Ji-eun flooded his mind. It was at a university mixer. The moment he saw her, he fell in love instantly. While they were talking, another girl approached and greeted Park Yoon-jae, introducing herself. Only then did he realize he had mistaken her for Kim Ji-eun. They happened to share the same name. When he realized his mistake, Kim Ji-eun apologized and quickly left. Park Yoon-jae chased after her and took her hand. For him, every moment with Kim Ji-eun had been a miracle since their first encounter. During their time together, Park Yoon-jae would share fascinating knowledge about the universe with Kim Ji-eun. One day, Kim Ji-eun suddenly kissed him, and he kissed her back. Now, standing on the stairs where they had first kissed, Park Yoon-jae felt sad. The next morning, Park Yoon-jae received a call from Kim Ji-eun. She asked him to come teach her how to shave. Park Yoon-jae had only planned to leave the shaving kit he bought at the door. But after hesitating, he ended up going inside. Though it felt extremely strange, he still personally showed Kim Ji-eun how to shave. Kim Ji-eun accidentally cut herself. Concerned, Park Yoon-jae had to demonstrate carefully, gently running the razor across Kim Ji-eun's face. He softly placed his hand on Kim Ji-eun's shoulder. Kim Ji-eun blushed, her heart racing. Even as a man, she still loved her boyfriend just as much. After finishing, the awkward Park Yoon-jae hurried to leave. But Kim Ji-eun grabbed his arm, begging him to stay and showering him with affection. Park Yoon-jae finally gave in. While eating noodles together, Kim Ji-eun instinctively wiped sauce from Park Yoon-jae's lips. Only then did Park Yoon-jae fully realize this was definitely his girlfriend. Frustrated, Park Yoon-jae sought advice from friends. They told him to find the trigger that turned Kim Ji-eun into a man. Once found, the rest would be breaking the spell and in stories everywhere that always required a kiss. Remembering the soft candy Kim Ji-eun had slipped him the night before their trip, saying it would calm his nerves and keep him by her side, Park Yoon-jae decided to listen. That night, he rushed to meet Kim Ji-eun. He pushed her toward the window, pretending to kiss her to break the spell. Kim Ji-eun pouted, ready to receive his kiss, but Park Yoon-jae hesitated, unable to go through with it. Just then, Kim Ji-eun's sister came out to take out the trash. Caught in the act, the two froze. Park Yoon-jae seized the chance to leave, escaping the awkward moment. Park Yoon-jae was deeply troubled. Kim Ji-eun clearly looked like a man now. He simply couldn't bring himself to be intimate with another man. Kim Ji-eun was also trying to find a solution. Turning from female to male was a family trait. Their mother had once told them she had also turned into a man for a while. So, Kim Ji-eun went to her parents' hair salon. She wanted to ask about it but hesitated to bring it up. A publishing house sent her good news about passing an interview, but Kim Ji-eun felt both happy and helpless. She had passed the screening but couldn't start working. On the street, a talent scout noticed Kim Ji-eun. Several female students were also swooning over him. Everyone loved Kim Ji-eun's handsome appearance. Looking at himself in the mirror, Kim Ji-eun decided to stay positive. Kim Ji-eun went to a cosmetic store. She instinctively walked toward the women's section. She happily tried new foundation. She had even wanted to test the latest lipstick shades, but seeing herself in the mirror made her stop. Her best friend messaged her then. Only then did Kim Ji-eun remember it was her best friend's birthday. Kim Ji-eun rushed over to her friend's house. She abruptly wished her friend a happy birthday. Seeing a strange, handsome man at the door, the friend quickly shut it. Being an online romance novelist, the friend couldn't help but fantasize. She wondered if the man outside was a rich playboy who had secretly loved her for years, or perhaps a devoted fan obsessed with her novels. After imagining these scenarios, the friend changed into a nice dress before opening the door again. Kim Ji-eun bluntly confessed to her friend. She gave the secret code only the two of them knew. As kids, they had created their own sea cucumber dance. Now Kim Ji-eun twisted her body, dancing the familiar and cute dance in front of her friend. Only then did the friend believe the handsome man in front of her was her best friend. It was Park Yoon-jae's time to get off work. Lee Min-hyuk kept pestering Park Yoon-jae to buy him fruit tea. Park Yoon-jae unexpectedly proposed a deal. If he treated Lee Min-hyuk had to kiss him. Park Yoon-jae thought kissing Lee Min-hyuk first might make it easier to break through his own resistance. As Lee Min-hyuk struggled, Park Yoon-jae moved in for the kiss. But when he saw Lee Min-hyuk's face, Park Yoon-jae still couldn't accept kissing another man. Looking at old photos and videos of Kim Ji-yoon on his phone, Park Yoon-jae felt sad. When Kim Ji-yoon called, Park Yoon-jae didn't answer. He feared hearing Kim Ji-yoon's male voice would make him ask for a breakup. That night, Kim Ji-yoon sent goodnight messages. After much hesitation, Park Yoon-jae finally replied. He said he wanted to meet Kim Ji-yoon the next day. Kim Ji-yoon saw the message and cried under the covers. He knew Park Yoon-jae was probably going to break up with him. The next day, as Kim Ji-yoon expected, Park Yoon-jae spoke up. Kim Ji-yoon's male appearance made him confused. He doubted they could continue their previous relationship. Just as Park Yoon-jae was about to say breakup, Kim Ji-yoon spoke first. He suggested they remain friends until he turned back into a woman. Park Yoon-jae agreed. That day, at Kim Ji-yoon's invitation, they went to an internet cafe to play games. Kim Ji-yoon was great at gaming. Soon, they grew closer again through playing together. After a game ended, Park Yoon-jae finally felt less resistant toward Kim Ji-yoon. Kim Ji-yoon walked Park Yoon-jae home. In the days that followed, he kept asking to hang out as friends. His casual words helped Park Yoon-jae relax. For a moment, it felt like Kim Ji-yoon was back to being his adorable girlfriend again. Park Yoon-jae handed Kim Ji-yoon an electric shaver he'd bought especially for him. Kim Ji-yoon treasured the gift, holding it tightly. At that moment, Park Yoon-jae's high school sister happened to return home. She saw the handsome Kim Ji-yoon. Park Yoon-jae lied, saying Kim Ji-yoon was his friend. His sister immediately became infatuated with her brother's attractive friend. That night, she barged into her brother's room. She demanded he hand over a 100 questions and answers questionnaire about Kim Ji-yoon. At first, Park Yoon-jae refused. He insisted his sister and Kim Ji-yoon could never be together. But his sister threatened to expose private videos on his computer. Park Yoon-jae had no choice but to comply. The questionnaire was filled with questions about Park Yoon-jae's interests, favorite singers, foods, and so on. Kim Ji-yoon obediently wrote out the answers. One question stood out. If tomorrow were the end of the world, what would you most want to do? Park Yoon-jae was most curious about this answer. He wasn't sure if Kim Ji-yoon's response would match his own. That night, Park Yoon-jae handed the completed questionnaire to his sister. He reminded her that Kim Ji-yoon had a devoted girlfriend. He urged his sister to give up her crush. Additionally, Park Yoon-jae gave his sister a photocopy. The original was in his possession. When Park Yoon-jae checked the answers, he saw Kim Ji-yoon's response. If tomorrow were the end of the world, I'd most want to plant an apple tree with him. Kim Ji-yoon's best friend gave him a pile of gay romance comics. She suggested he take inspiration from them for his relationship with his boyfriend. She even offered to coach him on how to date as a man. The first trick was being sexy. Following her advice, Kim Ji-yoon took a shower before his boyfriend arrived. He exposed his bare shoulders in front of Park Yoon-jae. But Park Yoon-jae didn't notice. He just told Kim Ji-yoon to put his clothes on so he wouldn't catch a cold. The second trick was being dominant and protective. Kim Ji-yoon tried this out by volunteering to chop vegetables only to cut himself. Park Yoon-jae had to bandage his finger. Next came the eye contact trick. During dinner, Kim Ji-yoon kept winking at Park Yoon-jae. Clueless, Park Yoon-jae thought he had something in his eye. When all these tactics failed, Kim Ji-yoon used the final move. He hinted that his sister wasn't home tonight and asked Park Yoon-jae to stay. But Park Yoon-jae flatly refused. Kim Ji-yoon was devastated by his poor performance. Yet, strangely, Park Yoon-jae was happy about Kim Ji-yoon's bizarre behavior that night. The next day, Lee Min-hyuk begged Park Yoon-jae to accompany him to a blind date. Park Yoon-jae refused. Lee Min-hyuk then set his sights on the handsome Kim Ji-yoon. At Park Yoon-jae's subtle lip-reading signal, Kim Ji-yoon firmly declined. Frustrated, Lee Min-hyuk pleaded with Park Yoon-jae again. He claimed a girl at tonight's blind date looked strikingly like Park Yoon-jae's favorite actress. Learning of Park Yoon-jae's admiration for this actress, Kim Ji-yoon felt jealous. He then agreed to go with Lee Min-hyuk. Park Yoon-jae remained composed, reading a book, but his legs trembled beneath the table. That night, Lee Min-hyuk's blind date bailed. He asked Kim Ji-yoon to drink with him instead. Hearing this, Park Yoon-jae grew frantic. He imagined Kim Ji-yoon and Lee Min-hyuk getting intimate. In reality, they just ate small intestine together at a restaurant. At one point, Kim Ji-yoon went to the restroom, but he absent-mindedly walked into the women's room and got chased out. Facing the men's restroom, remembering his current gender, Kim Ji-en drowned his sorrows in alcohol. Soon, Park Yoon-jae received a call. Learning Kim Ji-yoon was drunk, he rushed over immediately. Finding Lee Min-hyuk shirtless, Park Yoon-jae nearly fought him. Only when he saw Kim Ji-yoon sleeping peacefully at Lee Min-hyuk's place did he calm down. That night, Park Yoon-jae stayed at Lee Min-hyuk's home too. Lee Min-hyuk revealed Kim Ji-yoon had been calling out Park Yoon-jae's name while drunk. Park Yoon-jae turned to Kim Ji-yoon, gently smoothing his furrowed brow. The next morning, as Park Yoon-jae woke up, he turned around. To his surprise, Kim Ji-yoon had reverted back to his original female form. Park Yoon-jae was both shocked and delighted. To avoid being discovered by friends, he quickly bundled his girlfriend blanket and all, and carried her out. He realized he had reverted to his original biological gender. Kim Ji-yoon was ecstatic with joy. She was almost online 24/7 for a video call with her boyfriend. While showering, Park Yoon-jae, still worried, called for another video chat. Kim Ji-yoon sent him a cute photo. Park Yoon-jae kissed the photo of his girlfriend in excitement. Even as cars splashed water onto him repeatedly, he barely noticed. For Park Yoon-jae, having his adorable girlfriend back was the greatest blessing. That morning, Park Yoon-jae received a breakfast text from Kim Ji-yoon. Kim Ji-yoon prepared to crack eggs, a little worried it might be a double yolker again. Before turning into a man, she had experienced her first double yolk egg. Thinking Kim Ji-yoon might turn back into a man because of it, Park Yoon-jae nearly panicked. To prevent another tragedy, he quickly bought snacks on the street, then called Kim Ji-yoon to warn her not to crack any eggs. After grabbing breakfast, he raced to her house at top speed. Kim Ji-yoon understood her boyfriend's concern and loved how sweet he was. Overwhelmed by emotion, they wanted to kiss, but both recalled the awkward moment when Kim Ji-yoon was a man and they had kissed. After a brief pause, Park Yoon-jae kissed her first. He adored his girlfriend back to her true self. That night, Kim Ji-yoon put away the razor she'd used as a man. Park Yoon-jae also kept the 100 questions and answers he'd written for male Kim Ji-yoon. They bid each other good night, unaware of the unknowns awaiting them the next day. The next day, Kim Ji-yoon went to school to meet Park Yoon-jae. To her shock, she saw him flirting with another girl, a beautiful, fiery classmate named Kang Min-ju. Kang Min-ju went all out to flirt with Park Yoon-jae. Kim Ji-yoon stepped forward and boldly took Park Yoon-jae's hand to show she was the real one. But Kang Min-ju didn't care. She pinched Park Yoon-jae's cheek right in front of Kim Ji-yoon, claiming she had left a mark on him. She declared that everyone knew Park Yoon-jae belonged to her. Kang Min-ju even invited Park Yoon-jae to her welcome party at a nightclub. She leaned close to whisper in his ear and deliberately brushed his arm. Kim Ji-yoon was furious and stormed off. She went to a bar and drank beer non-stop. Park Yoon-jae tried to explain, but Kim Ji-yoon insisted he go to the nightclub. She wanted to see what kind of trouble Kang Min-ju could cause with her, the rightful girlfriend, there. That night, Kim Ji-yoon frantically picked out outfits at home. Finally, following her sister's advice, she chose simple jeans and a white t-shirt. Though plain, the outfit made her look stunning. Meanwhile, Kang Min-ju also dressed up and grabbed Park Yoon-jae's arm. Park Yoon-jae wanted to wait for his girlfriend, but Kang Min-ju wouldn't let him. She dragged him into the club early. Inside, while Park Yoon-jae was in the restroom, Kang Min-ju picked up his phone when Kim Ji-yoon called. She pretended to be close to Park Yoon-jae, talking to her friends about him on the line. On the other end, Kim Ji-yoon was furious. Worse yet, she had turned back into a man. Seeing her boyfriend with Kang Min-ju at the club while she was stuck at home, Kim Ji-yoon went wild. Kang Min-ju took the chance to pour Park Yoon-jae more drinks. To win him back, Kim Ji-yoon decided to pull out the big guns. She asked her friend Lee Min-hyuk for help. Lee Min-hyuk got her a new outfit. The two showed up looking sharp, instantly turning heads in the club. On the dance floor, Park Yoon-jae was drunk. Kang Min-ju was flirting with him, smug with victory. But then Kim Ji-yoon appeared, seething, and grabbed Kang Min-ju's hand tightly. Park Yoon-jae was too drunk to recognize Kim Ji-yoon had turned back into a man. Kim Ji-yoon beat Kang Min-ju to it. With Lee Min-hyuk's help, they carried Park Yoon-jae home. After arriving home, Park Yoon-jae was still drunk, acting wildly, singing and dancing non-stop. Yet during the chaos, He couldn't help but confide in his mother. He didn't understand why the person he loved had changed overnight. Hearing this, Kim Ji-eun looked dejected beside him. The next day, Park Yoon-jae woke up from his drunken stupor but had mostly forgotten what happened. His father, worried, asked about his relationship. Park Yoon-jae looked sad he had lost his girlfriend again. His father then mentioned that a guy had bathed him last night. The thought of being seen naked by a man sent Park Yoon-jae into another frenzy. His younger sister handed him the video of his drunken antics. Watching it, Park Yoon-jae recalled everything. While drunk, he muttered, "People shouldn't change so suddenly." He couldn't understand why his girlfriend would switch back and forth between genders, as if playing with his heart. He wished this was just a dream. Kim Ji-eun apologized, blaming himself. He shouldn't have shown up that night. After watching the video, Park Yoon-jae felt restless. Kim Ji-eun's elder sister comforted him while subtly hinting that he should reconsider their relationship. Park Yoon-jae was conflicted. He tore open a pouch of gummies Kim Ji-eun had given him and ate one. Only Kim Ji-eun's gummies could bring him any peace. While working with Kang Min-ju at school, Park Yoon-jae was distracted, his mind only on Kim Ji-eun. That day, he went to the internet cafe where he used to game with Kim Ji-eun, but this time, the seat beside him was empty. He played alone, eating gummies until almost none were left until Kim Ji-eun finally returned. Kim Ji-eun invited Park Yoon-jae to the cafe where they first met. Park Yoon-jae apologized for his drunken behavior, but Kim Ji-eun surprised him by breaking up. He had thought the gender change would only happen once, but now he realized he had no control over the future. He didn't have the confidence to continue their relationship in this chaos, and didn't want to drag Park Yoon-jae down. When Park Yoon-jae heard the breakup was Kim Ji-eun's carefully considered decision, he suggested they play one last game together. During the game, Park Yoon-jae poured out his heart. He couldn't bear not having Kim Ji-eun more than he could bear her changing into a man. He wanted things to stay as they were. Without Kim Ji-eun, his life would feel empty and exhausting. As their gaming synergy grew stronger, Kim Ji-eun quietly agreed to Park Yoon-jae's suggestion to stay as they were, at least for now. After all, who knew what tomorrow would bring? After the game, Park Yoon-jae walked Kim Ji-eun home and gave him the newest version of his favorite gummy candies. He remembered Kim Ji-eun's words that eating gummies gave people courage. And nothing took more courage than loving someone. Alone later, Kim Ji-eun popped one of the gummies into his mouth. Sure enough, his courage came back. But then his sister asked Kim Ji-eun to pretend to be her boyfriend on their way home. Kim Ji-eun was helpless. Now he had to be his sister's boyfriend and his parents' future son-in-law. Back home, Kim Ji-eun tried to act unfamiliar with everything. But his parents kept talking about their little daughter during dinner, even joking that their future son-in-law would soon be Kim Ji-eun's brother-in-law. Hearing the word brother-in-law, Kim Ji-eun choked on his food. After dinner, his sister hinted that he should confess to their parents. But Kim Ji-eun didn't know how to start. Just then, their mother reached for a high cup and nearly dropped it. At the last second, Kim Ji-eun rushed to catch it. In panic, he spoke in his usual girlish tone, scolding his mother for placing the cup too high, and his father for not replacing the old stool. That was it. His parents finally realized the truth. After a brief awkward moment, his mother spoke softly, worried about scaring their daughter. His father comforted his eldest daughter, saying he'd actually always wanted a son on top of his two beloved daughters. With their parents' reassurance, Kim Ji-eun's anxiety melted away. Night. Kim Ji-eun called Park Yoon-jae. Park Yoon-jae was at school preparing for an upcoming project presentation. Kim Ji-eun envied him and wished he could go to school too. Park Yoon-jae encouraged him in his own way. When he felt tired, he thought of Kim Ji-eun. He also hoped to be Kim Ji-eun's only choice when he was tired. Kim Ji-eun smiled softly, wanting to share the beautiful moon with Park Yoon-jae. But Park Yoon-jae had already been dragged away by Kang Min-ju. The next day, Park Yoon-jae and his friend Lee Min-hyuk planned to visit Kim Ji-eun's house. Kim Ji-eun's best friend reminded him to hide all the feminine items before the two guys arrived. Kim Ji-eun quickly packed away everything girls' clothes, his cute photos with Park Yoon-jae, and more. He deliberately placed male items around the house, men's magazines, etc. He even left a pair of men's underwear on the couch. Later, Park Yoon-jae and Lee Min-hyuk arrived. Seeing Lee Min-hyuk hug Kim Ji-eun, Park Yoon-jae pushed him away with a jealous expression. He carefully removed a tiny hairpin from Kim Ji-eun's head. Noticing their photo still stuck on the fridge, he quickly took it down and hid it. When he saw the magazine covers all featuring muscular men, Park Yoon-jae couldn't help feeling jealous again. But Kim Ji-yoon remained the same. He tied on a small apron and quietly prepared food for the guests. The scene reminded Park Yoon-jae of the old Kim Ji-yoon. Back then, Kim Ji-yoon would always tidy the room before guests arrived. He'd pretend to know how to cook. Too, his apron still had an unpeeled tag. Despite transforming into a man, Kim Ji-yoon's personality remained unchanged. During the meal, Lee Min-hyuk, who loved joking, kept praising Kim Ji-yoon as his ideal type. Park Yoon-jae quickly stepped in, telling Lee Min-hyuk to watch his words. Kim Ji-yoon was still the shy, scatterbrained person he always was, unconsciously revealing Park Yoon-jae's kindness and affection. Just as Lee Min-hyuk was about to expose their relationship, Kim Ji-yoon's best friend arrived to save the day. To avoid suspicion, Kim Ji-yoon jumped up and tightly hugged his friend, not realizing how flustered she already was. Even with his friend there, Kim Ji-yoon couldn't help being clumsy. While introducing the two guys to his friend, Kim Ji-yoon accidentally blurted out that Park Yoon-jae was his boyfriend. The friend quickly clarified, saying Kim Ji-yoon meant male friend. But soon, the friend got drunk and mentioned how Kim Ji-yoon and Park Yoon-jae had met at a mixer. Luckily, Lee Min-hyuk was too busy goofing off to care. He purposely snuggled into Kim Ji-yoon's arms, making Park Yoon-jae secretly jealous. In the commotion, a ketchup bottle tipped over, splattering Kim Ji-yoon. He went inside to change, but his friend saw his muscular chest and turned bright red. Kim Ji-yoon, oblivious, rushed over to cover her ears and threatened to kill her if she mentioned the mixer again. Park Yoon-jae walked in just then. Realizing he was shirtless, Kim Ji-yoon ducked behind a curtain, but Park Yoon-jae noticed his friend's expression. He realized she had developed romantic feelings for Kim Ji-yoon. When they returned upstairs to eat, the atmosphere was awkward. Lee Min-hyuk, always the one to break the tension, took a phone call from yet another girlfriend. Once the group confirmed he was a notorious womanizer, Kim Ji-yoon's friend warned him to be careful. "Birds of a feather," she said. "What if Park Yoon-jae is just as unfaithful as Lee Min-hyuk?" After the meal, Park Yoon-jae tried to call a taxi for his friend, but Kim Ji-yoon carelessly missed the hint, insisting his friend could stay overnight. With Kim Ji-yoon and his friend alone together, Park Yoon-jae couldn't help imagining scenarios: his friend seducing Kim Ji-yoon surrendering. He nearly went crazy. One moment he was convinced there was no such thing as pure friendship between men and women. The next, he thought he was overreacting. After all, Kim Ji-yoon wasn't really a man. And Kim Ji-yoon did have no such thoughts, but his friend did. In the room, Kim Ji-yoon, unfazed by his male body, climbed onto the bed like usual, treating his friend like a sister. He scolded her for drinking too much. As the handsome guy moved closer, his friend blushed uncontrollably, unable to see him as anything but a man. The next day, helping Kim Ji-yoon wash dishes, his friend got soaked by the faucet. Kim Ji-yoon tied an apron around her, unaware of her blushing. His sister noticed everything. "You're in the danger zone," she warned. Realizing she had romantic feelings for her best friend, the friend screamed in disbelief and ran off. Kim Ji-yoon, meanwhile, was still fixated on Park Yoon-jae. The next day, he brought homemade bento to school. Park Yoon-jae's project presentation was on a break. Kim Ji-yoon was excited until he saw Park Yoon-jae with Kang Min-ju. He instinctively hid the bento behind his back. But Park Yoon-jae grabbed it and ate it hungrily in front of him. Only Kim Ji-yoon's food tasted like heaven to him. Yet when Kang Min-ju confidently explained the project to guests, Kim Ji-yoon felt like an outsider in Park Yoon-jae's life. That night, Park Yoon-jae fainted at a celebratory dinner with classmates and professors. He had indigestion. Kang Min-ju took him to the hospital. Kim Ji-yoon and Park Yoon-jae's parents arrived. A nurse assumed Kang Min-ju was Park Yoon-jae's girlfriend. Instead of correcting her, Kang Min-ju played along. Park Yoon-jae's parents praised her, calling her smart and pretty. Seeing Kang Min-ju act like a devoted girlfriend, Kim Ji-yoon exploded. "Park Yoon-jae already has a girlfriend," he insisted. Kang Min-ju smirked. "If his girlfriend didn't even tell his parents, it's probably not serious," she taunted. Kim Ji-yoon blurted out, "I am his real girlfriend." Upon hearing those words, Kim Ji-yoon immediately sensed something was wrong. She quickly explained to Park Yoon-jae's parents. However, in the hospital room, watching Kang Min-ju and the boy's parents show concern for Park Yoon-jae, Kim Ji-yoon felt lost and out of place. To thank Kang Min-ju for taking her to the hospital, The next day, Park Yoon-jae treated her to coffee. But Kang Min-ju wasn't satisfied and demanded Park Yoon-jae take her to hot pot. Obligated, Park Yoon-jae had no choice but to agree. Kang Min-ju then asked about Kim Ji-eun, curious about their relationship. Park Yoon-jae dared not tell the truth, only saying Kim Ji-eun was a kind friend. Upon learning that Kim Ji-eun had claimed they were lovers in the hospital, Park Yoon-jae was stunned, spitting coffee on Kang Min-ju. Nearby, Kim Ji-eun was smirking. Kang Min-ju seized the moment, pointing to the coffee-stained spot on her clothes, and sweetly asked Park Yoon-jae to wipe it. Seeing this, Kim Ji-eun flew into a rage, glaring fiercely at Kang Min-ju. Kang Min-ju retorted sharply, but Kim Ji-eun held her ground. Just as the two were about to argue, Park Yoon-jae hurriedly pulled Kim Ji-eun away, planning to go to hot pot. But Kang Min-ju clung to Park Yoon-jae's arm, insisting on joining. At the hot pot restaurant, Kim Ji-eun and Kang Min-ju competed fiercely for Park Yoon-jae's attention. They both desperately tried to sit next to him, even fighting over who got to add chili oil to their bowls. Watching Kim Ji-eun's miserable reaction to the spiciness, Park Yoon-jae felt a pang of nostalgia, as if he were still seeing his pretty, lovely girlfriend. Noticing the boy before him, Park Yoon-jae quickly looked away. But Kim Ji-eun was still the same, gently wiping food crumbs from Park Yoon-jae's lips, making him flustered. Kim Ji-eun's world had undergone significant changes. Before, she would still help her best friend arrange her underwear until her friend snatched it away. Staring at her male reflection in the mirror, Kim Ji-eun realized her behavior was inappropriate. Her sister noticed Kim Ji-eun was worried about her future, desperately job hunting without success. After thinking about her sister's words and looking at Kim Ji-eun's photo in her wallet, Park Yoon-jae decided to help by hiring Kim Ji-eun as her tutor. That evening, when applying for the tutoring job, Park Yoon-jae thoroughly prepared Kim Ji-eun in advance. Since Park Yoon-jae's father had years of military experience, Park Yoon-jae tailored a backstory for Kim Ji-eun specifically for this. They claimed Park Yoon-jae had honorably completed military service in Yongpyong. After memorizing the details, Kim Ji-eun followed Park Yoon-jae to her boyfriend's home. However, due to nervousness, when asked about the service location, Kim Ji-eun mistakenly said Pyongyang instead of Yongpyong. She made Park Yoon-jae laugh all evening. While Park Yoon-jae teased her, Kim Ji-eun received a call from her best friend. The friend was crying on the phone. Kim Ji-eun quickly took Park Yoon-jae to her. The friend was getting drunk at a restaurant, telling Kim Ji-eun and Park Yoon-jae about her ordeal. Earlier that day, another online novelist had set her up on a blind date. When she met the man, she was stunned. He was a greasy, middle-aged man, even wearing a wig. The friend was heartbroken. This wasn't the first time she'd been introduced to such a terrible match. Though she had never dated, she didn't deserve to be treated this way. Just as Kim Ji-eun tried to comfort her, the woman who introduced the blind date sent a message. She feigned concern, asking about the date while mocking the friend's pickiness. She also invited the friend to her birthday party, saying the same man would attend. Seeing the condescending messages, Kim Ji-eun was furious. That night, she carried the drunk friend home and, as before, took off her shoes. She wanted to help remove her clothes but hesitated, remembering her male identity. Park Yoon-jae was also troubled. On the way home tonight, the drunken best friend had unexpectedly expressed a desire to date Kim Ji-eun. Kim Ji-eun rejected the feelings, still waiting to become a girl again and resume being Park Yoon-jae's girlfriend. That night, recalling Kim Ji-eun's conversation with the best friend, Park Yoon-jae felt restless. The next morning, the best friend sobered up and remembered her drunken ramblings. She felt slightly awkward, but Kim Ji-eun had already cooked kimchi fried rice for breakfast. While eating, they talked about their old dreams. Like her best friend, Kim Ji-eun had once been a literary girl aspiring to be a writer. She had failed in a competition, while the best friend who hadn't expected much had stood out and pursued writing. Now, the best friend told Kim Ji-eun that a fan frequently left comments under her online novels. She even adjusted her stories based on the fan's suggestions. In truth, the best friend knew the fan was none other than Kim Ji-eun, who had always supported her. She believed Kim Ji-eun still had a talent for writing. That evening, Kim Ji-eun found a scrapbook in her bag. It contained all the comments and critiques she had written for the best friend's stories over the years. The best friend had meticulously cut and pasted every single one, both as a thank you and to encourage her best friend to keep chasing her dreams. With Park Yoon-jae's approval, Kim Ji-eun decided to attend the birthday party, vowing to seek revenge for her best friend. At the party, the so-called friend publicly praised the best friend as a goddess while subtly mocking her. The best friend was uncomfortable. Then, the greasy blind date man showed up. The friend urged the best friend to marry soon, while the man eagerly tried to drag her out for hot pot. She refused, but he persisted. Suddenly, Kim Ji-eun appeared, pulled the best friend away, and introduced her as her girlfriend. The blind date man muttered and left. During the dinner, Kim Ji-eun kept defending her best friend, flaunting a boyfriend's affection, while subtly hitting back at the other girl. Finally, she left with her best friend under admiring glances. But the best friend wasn't pleased. She scolded Kim Ji-eun for acting impulsively without thinking. She worried what if she actually fell for Kim Ji-eun's performance. Meanwhile, Park Yoon-jae was flipping through old photos of Kim Ji-eun, missing his adorable girlfriend. Just then, Kim Ji-eun approached, seeming to suddenly regain her feminine charm. She smiled warmly at Park Yoon-jae. Yet when Park Yoon-jae looked closer, he realized it wasn't Kim Ji-eun, it was Kang Min-ju, dressed similarly. She deliberately imitated Kim Ji-eun, but Park Yoon-jae remained lost in his illusion, gazing at Kang Min-ju with admiration, calling her beautiful. Kim Ji-eun, hiding in the corner, saw everything. When she noticed Park Yoon-jae's gaze on Kang Min-ju, sadness filled her eyes. She tried calming herself with meditation. The next day, she tutored Park Yoon-jae's little sister, a mischievous girl who saw through her brother's relationship, mistaking it as him liking a boy. That night, Kim Ji-eun brought Tae-yeokbokki to visit her best friend. But the best friend stayed silent, so Kim Ji-eun pinched her cute cheek instead. The best friend quickly stopped her and handed Kim Ji-eun a 3-point agreement. The paper listed rules for their future interactions. For example, while Kim Ji-eun was still a boy, she had to control physical desires toward her best friend. She couldn't act like a romance novel hero by creating romantic scenarios. While drafting the agreement, the best friend apologized for the fight the night before. She was making every effort to suppress her feelings for Kim Ji-eun. In contrast, Kang Min-ju was thrilled. After being complimented by Park Yoon-jae, she happily visited him the next day. Park Yoon-jae reiterated that he already had a girlfriend. Undeterred, Kang Min-ju showed Park Yoon-jae a recent post on the school forum. The post featured Kim Ji-eun's handsome bar selfie, with girls gushing in the comments. Within hours, Kim Ji-eun topped the hot nightclub guys ranking. Park Yoon-jae grew anxious, afraid Kim Ji-eun would get snatched up by admirers. Out of concern, he visited Kim Ji-eun to see how she felt about the attention. But Kim Ji-eun remained unfazed, believing the hype would fade soon. She also asked about the night before, but Park Yoon-jae refused to discuss Kang Min-ju. Kim Ji-eun was upset but kept it to herself, still trying to clear her mind through meditation. The next day, her sister showed her a new video about her online. In the video, a blogger introduced Kim Ji-eun seriously. People speculated wildly about his identity, some saying he was a wealthy family's youngest son, others claiming he was an upcoming idol trainee. As the rumors grew wilder, Kim Ji-eun became an internet sensation. Every time she appeared in public, strangers snapped photos. A blogger even dug up her phone number and called her. Frustrated, Kim Ji-eun had no choice but to temporarily stay at her best friend's house. To help Kim Ji-eun deal with the trouble, her best friend came up with a plan. She decided to present Kim Ji-eun as her boyfriend to crush the fans' fantasies. For this, they needed to take sweet couple photos. Park Yoon-jae was the one taking the pictures. Even knowing it was just an act, watching Kim Ji-eun and her best friend so close still hurt Park Yoon-jae. Soon, the best friend uploaded the couple photos to her social media. Since she was a well-known online novelist, the photos spread like wildfire among fans. Park Yoon-jae's sister saw them and got the wrong idea, thinking Kim Ji-eun was betraying her brother. Kim Ji-eun quickly explained that the photos had another purpose, to hide her relationship with Park Yoon-jae from outsiders. Hearing this, the sister's anger turned to relief. The next day, the best friend held a book signing, and the sister was there as a die-hard fan. Later, Kim Ji-eun and Park Yoon-jae arrived to find the sister posing for photos in front of Lee Min-hyuk's phone. Park Yoon-jae rushed over. Lee Min-hyuk was a notorious playboy. After finally getting the sister to leave, the girl who had set up the best friend's blind date appeared. She wanted to humiliate the best friend publicly, doubting her relationship with Kim Ji-eun. She dragged Kim Ji-eun over in front of everyone, introducing them as fake lovers. Under all the fans' eyes at the book signing, the best friend had to pretend to be affectionate with Kim Ji-eun. They awkwardly called each other honey, but the girl wasn't done. She egged the crowd on, demanding they kiss. Kim Ji-yoon froze, unsure what to do. The best friend, with no other choice, took the initiative, cupped Kim Ji-yoon's face, and kissed her first kiss ever. Witnessing his girlfriend kiss another girl left Park Yoon-jae stunned. After the book signing, the best friend drank alone, wondering whether to take advantage of the moment and claim Kim Ji-yoon. Lee Min-hyuk was also at the bar, witnessing the best friend's drunken muttering and finding her unexpectedly charming. Leaving the bar, the best friend cried and laughed. The kiss she gave Kim Ji-yoon that night was her first. If she had kissed more often before, it wouldn't have mattered so much now. Without warning, Lee Min-hyuk kissed her. But before he could finish, the best friend pushed him away. She had spotted Park Yoon-jae entering a motel. Since Kim Ji-yoon was already home, Lee Min-hyuk suspected the woman inside with Park Yoon-jae was Kang Min-ju, who had been chasing him relentlessly. The best friend immediately alerted Kim Ji-yoon. At the news of Park Yoon-jae and Kang Min-ju going to the motel together, Kim Ji-yoon panicked and rushed there to catch them. The three spied outside the motel room. The best friend was the first to lose it, confronting Park Yoon-jae and even recording the countdown until he entered. Faced with Kim Ji-yoon and her friend's accusations, Park Yoon-jae explained he was just at the motel with his father. Kim Ji-yoon didn't believe him and demanded proof. Park Yoon-jae led them to the room only for a strange young woman to answer the door. The best friend assumed she was Kang Min-ju, but the woman's boyfriend soon appeared. Park Yoon-jae realized he had the wrong room. After explaining, he knocked next door and this time, his father answered. It turned out that night, Park Yoon-jae's father had been kicked out by his wife after losing money in stocks and was forced to stay at the motel. Clearing up the misunderstanding, Kim Ji-yoon apologized to Park Yoon-jae, accidentally mentioning what she had seen between him and Kang Min-ju. In her eyes, that day, Park Yoon-jae and Kang Min-ju had looked at each other with deep affection. Park Yoon-jae insisted again that Kang Min-ju was just Kang Min-ju, nothing had happened, and nothing would. With Kim Ji-yoon calmed down, Park Yoon-jae admitted that seeing her kiss the best friend had also bothered him. To reassure each other, they both promised to avoid any future misunderstandings. That night, to win back his wife, Park Yoon-jae's father dressed ridiculously and performed a silly dance in front of her. Park Yoon-jae thought it wouldn't work, but to his surprise, the charm did the trick. His mother forgave him instantly. The next day, Park Yoon-jae imitated his father. He tied a giant pink bow and carried a stuffed animal balloon, showing up at Kim Ji-yoon's house to perform a goofy dance just like his dad's. As Kim Ji-yoon laughed, Kang Min-ju suddenly arrived. Before Park Yoon-jae and Kim Ji-yoon could react, Kang Min-ju announced she had moved into the apartment above Kim Ji-yoon's. While cleaning up, Kang Min-ju kept ordering Park Yoon-jae around. Kim Ji-yoon felt jealous but couldn't say it outright, so she took matters into her own hands. From moving tables and chairs to wiping cabinets, she did everything for Kang Min-ju. She was afraid Kang Min-ju would use this as a chance to get close to Park Yoon-jae, but when it came to assembling the chairs, Kim Ji-yoon failed. In the end, Park Yoon-jae and Kang Min-ju worked together to finish it. Seeing her boyfriend and Kang Min-ju cooperate so smoothly, Kim Ji-yoon grew furious. She hammered nails into the floor, spelling out a threat for Park Yoon-jae. If he dared to get close to Kang Min-ju again, she wouldn't take it lightly. But Kang Min-ju didn't care. She used the heat as an excuse to take off her jacket in front of Park Yoon-jae. She boldly revealed the sweat under her thin shirt and her alluring curves. The scene was seductive. The straight male Park Yoon-jae couldn't resist staring at her. It wasn't until Kim Ji-yoon glared at him that he snapped back. After cleaning up, Kang Min-ju ordered 3 takeout meals, but there were no chopsticks included, and Kang Min-ju didn't have any at home. So Kim Ji-yoon went to her own place to get some. Only then did Kang Min-ju realize Kim Ji-yoon had moved in right next door. After lunch, Kim Ji-yoon accidentally found her and Park Yoon-jae's couple photos inside Kang Min-ju's suitcase. Kang Min-ju explained that Park Yoon-jae had left them at the hot pot restaurant that day. She even commented on Kim Ji-yoon in the photo. She declared it was a deceptive photo, and that Kim Ji-yoon looked plain in real life, not nearly as pretty as in the picture. When it was time to leave, Park Yoon-jae looked at Kim Ji-yoon and Kang Min-ju, now neighbors, and sighed. With no choice, he waved helplessly at both of them. Looking at the photos of her past outfit, Kim Ji-yoon suddenly realized Kang Min-ju was copying her style. Her goal was clearly to sway Park Yoon-jae. That night, Park Yoon-jae returned home to find his father still cleaning the living room. His father had lost money in stocks and was trying to appease his wife. Using his own experience, he taught his son a lesson. The more you liked a woman, the harder she was to win over. But it was precisely because of that affection that you couldn't run away. No matter the obstacle, you had to face it head-on. Park Yoon-jae felt a pang of sadness. He too wanted to confront things directly. But the person he wanted to confront was Kim Ji-eun. Looking at the sweet photos of their past together, he fell into endless memories. He loved her so much and missed her deeply. The Kim Ji-eun in the photo seemed to have flown to a distant corner of the universe. In that moment, Park Yoon-jae remembered her words. Kim Ji-eun had once said, even if Park Yoon-jae wasn't there, even if things changed, she would still love him very much. Kim Ji-eun and Kang Min-ju, rivals in love, became neighbors in the same community. Kang Min-ju didn't know Kim Ji-eun's true identity. She happily referred to him as a friend. First, she called Kim Ji-eun a typical tsundere type. Then she said Kim Ji-eun and Park Yoon-jae were actually similar, both pure and cute. Kim Ji-eun practiced yoga and meditation with his mother. When his mother had been a man before, she used these methods to get through tough times. His mother felt guilty, blaming herself for passing her issues to her daughter. But Kim Ji-eun didn't hold it against her. He was adapting to this body and doing his best to return to normal. One afternoon, Kim Ji-eun went to a bookstore looking for writing guides. There, he met the publishing unit head who had once shown interest in him. The supervisor recommended a writing book. Facing someone who admired him, Kim Ji-eun felt excited. The supervisor thought Kim Ji-eun looked familiar. But he didn't realize Kim Ji-eun was the girl he interviewed. He just suggested Kim Ji-eun join the online novel contest and submit an entry. Kim Ji-eun got a call from Kang Min-ju. She was doing a part-time historical performance and needed a male lead to play her husband. She asked Kim Ji-eun to fill in. To make money, Kim Ji-eun agreed right away. On stage, he played a devoted husband opposite Kang Min-ju, but he wondered why Kang Min-ju didn't ask Park Yoon-jae instead. She explained, Park Yoon-jae looked too fair and soft for the role. Still, when it came to personal feelings, Kang Min-ju preferred fair and soft Park Yoon-jae the most. Upon learning that Kang Min-ju earned 200,000 won from a part-time job, Kim Ji-eun immediately begged to be included next time. Just as Kang Min-ju agreed, she received a message from Park Yoon-jae he had arrived, summoned for fun. Kim Ji-eun panicked. She refused to let Park Yoon-jae see her dressed as a historical nobleman. Seeing Park Yoon-jae already there, she fled in a hurry. Informed of Kim Ji-eun's escape, Park Yoon-jae understood why. In the past, when Kim Ji-eun was still a woman, they had planned to wear hanbok together, she as a noblewoman and he as a scholar. Now the dream was broken. Kang Min-ju's performance had a second act. With no other choice, she dragged Park Yoon-jae onto the stage as a substitute. Under the guise of playing Park Yoon-jae's wife, Kang Min-ju shamelessly clung to the boy she liked. From the corner, Kim Ji-eun watched, frustrated. To engage the audience, the final scene was a kiss between the wife and the nobleman. Seeing Park Yoon-jae flustered, Kim Ji-eun rushed onto the stage to disrupt the performance. Luckily, Kang Min-ju was quick-witted. She improvised lines to incorporate Kim Ji-eun into the script. Kim Ji-eun caught on and went along with the ad-libbed performance. In the end, they accidentally delivered a historical drama love triangle that left the audience applauding. Later, Kim Ji-eun shared the day's events with her best friend. In return, her friend confessed a secret. That morning, she suddenly remembered last night's kiss with Lee Min-hyuk, her first kiss. She couldn't forget it. Now, she realized she had feelings for Lee Min-hyuk. She asked Kim Ji-eun to subtly encourage their relationship in the future. Leaving her friend's house, Kim Ji-eun took a cute bubble machine. She walked like a carefree girl, blowing bubbles along the way. Near her doorstep, she saw Kang Min-ju being harassed by a guy. He kept pressuring her to go on a movie date. Kang Min-ju got angry when she realized he had stalked her before. She bluntly rejected him. But the guy persisted, even comparing himself to Park Yoon-jae. He claimed he was better in academics and family background. Kang Min-ju only grew more annoyed. She told him to back off. The guy grabbed her tightly as she tried to scream. Just as Kang Min-ju struggled, Kim Ji-eun appeared and hit him with a stick to save her. Despite being rivals, their relationship had improved after recent interactions. Kang Min-ju happily played with Kim Ji-eun's bubble machine. She even invited Kim Ji-eun to drink beer and eat fried chicken together. Park Yoon-jae's parents were out traveling. His younger sister was also at a friend's gathering. With the house empty, Park Yoon-jae invited Kim Ji-eun over for a date. For the occasion, Park Yoon-jae cooked a full Western-style meal himself. Kim Ji-eun genuinely complimented Park Yoon-jae Jae's cooking and the thoughtful surprise. Kim Ji-eun noticed a photo in Park Yoon Jae's room. Park Yoon-jae explained it was an observatory in Hawaii. There, you could see a galaxy 12.8 billion light-years away. Park Yoon-jae wanted to take Kim Ji-eun there. Kim Ji-eun hesitated. He needed to return to being a woman first to get a passport. Park Yoon-jae changed the subject and took Kim Ji-eun to the living room to watch a movie. But suddenly, Park Yoon-jae's parents came home early. He quickly hid Kim Ji-eun. Seeing the Western-style meal, his parents kept asking if guests had been over. Panicked, Park Yoon-jae lied that he'd eaten with his sister. After calming them down, he signaled Kim Ji-eun to leave immediately. But his mother suddenly appeared from her room. In a rush, Kim Ji-eun claimed he was there as a tutor for Park Yoon-jae's sister. Luckily, Park Yoon-jae's mother believed him. Both Kim Ji-eun and Park Yoon-jae narrowly escaped suspicion. At home in the evening, Kim Ji-eun flipped through the writing book he had bought yesterday. He started trying to write a web novel. Then Kang Min-ju, who lived next door, rang the doorbell. Kang Min-ju had gifts for both Kim Ji-eun and his sister. She gave Kim Ji-eun a bunny-shaped bubble machine. Kim Ji-eun wondered how Kang Min-ju knew he liked bunnies. Then he noticed the bunny hairpin in her hair and understood. The idea of her rival treating her like a friend made Kim Ji-eun uncomfortable. He even considered moving. At school, Park Yoon-jae studied the Hawaii Observatory materials. He still longed to take Kim Ji-eun there as he had promised the day before. But Kang Min-ju suddenly came over and clung to his arm. She wanted to study in Hawaii with Park Yoon-jae. Park Yoon-jae suggested she try applying to a school there. But Kang Min-ju snapped angrily. After studying abroad for just a year, she returned to find Park Yoon-jae with another woman. Now she would never leave again. Kim Ji-eun's grandfather went to a photo studio. He had his portrait taken in advance. Then he visited his daughter's hair salon. He happily showed her his newly bought brightly colored outfit. Seeing the portrait of her father in pink holding flowers, Kim Ji-eun's mother felt sad. When no one was around, she suddenly called out, "Mom!" The old man, just having his portrait taken, smiled and turned around in response to his daughter's voice. Turns out, the elderly person before Kim Ji-eun's mother wasn't her father but her mother. Ever since becoming a man years ago, this mother had never regained her female identity. Worried about her granddaughter Kim Ji-eun, she wanted to talk to him herself. She believed her optimism could comfort Kim Ji-eun. Kim Ji-eun's mother asked her mother, "Before life fades away, do you still want to be a woman again?" The mother's eyes burned with passion. Of course she did. Every day, she thought about it. But they didn't realize the find. Kim Ji-eun had overheard their entire conversation. Kim Ji-eun was stunned. The grandfather he'd called for 20 years was actually his grandmother. He couldn't accept this harsh reality. Because he suddenly realized he might end up like his grandmother, never able to return to who he truly was. Facing this possibility, Kim Ji-eun's legs nearly gave out as he walked. Then Park Yoon-jae called, but Kim Ji-eun didn't dare answer. He didn't know how to face Park Yoon-jae or himself. That night, Kim Ji-eun sat dazed outside his door. Kang Min-ju happened to return home and helped him inside. She tried to take him to the hospital, but Kim Ji-eun refused, shouting. In his sleep, Kim Ji-eun cried. When Kang Min-ju wiped his tears, Kim Ji-eun unconsciously grabbed her hand. He muttered, "I don't want to live like this forever." Kang Min-ju didn't understand, but she stayed up all night worried. By midnight, she was exhausted. In a daze, she climbed into Kim Ji-eun's bed. Later, she pulled the covers over them both. The next day, Park Yoon-jae came to Kim Ji-eun's house. He saw Kim Ji-eun and Kang Min-ju lying together. To avoid misunderstandings, Kang Min-ju slapped Kim Ji-eun. Kim Ji-eun, refusing to back down, yanked Kang Min-ju's hair and fought back in front of Park Yoon-jae. He yelled that Kang Min-ju was a vixen. Meanwhile, Kim Ji-eun's best friend had developed feelings for Lee Min-hyuk. Summoning courage, she went to the cafe to find him. During their chat, Lee Min-hyuk learned the only things she enjoyed were writing and playing with Kim Ji-eun. Lee Min-hyuk took her to the track. He made her run with him. Though she hated exercise, she felt refreshed after a few laps. Lee Min-hyuk promised he'd keep running with her in the future, just like tonight. After being stopped by Park Yoon-jae, the two continued exchanging sharp words. Park Yoon-jae could only stand up and leave. Seeing this, Kim Ji-eun felt a pang of disappointment. Little did she know that Park Yoon-jae returned twice to check Kim Ji-eun's forehead, making sure she was no longer feverish before finally leaving. Outside, Park Yoon-jae scolded the junior for laying hands on Kim Ji-eun. Kang Min-ju was puzzled, unable to understand why Park Yoon-jae was so protective of Kim Ji-eun. Yet Park Yoon-jae was secretly pleased, realizing he cared more for Kim Ji-eun than he had thought. The next day, Kim Ji-eun's parents came to visit her specifically, assuring her she could ask them anything about gender transition. Kim Ji-eun couldn't think of many questions at the moment and only asked her mother if she was still afraid. The mother replied that she was afraid not of becoming a man again, but of her daughter, Kim Ji-eun, fearing she might end up like their grandmother, unable to revert to her original gender for the rest of her life. The father suggested Kim Ji-eun tell Park Yoon-jae the truth, but she hesitated, worried he wouldn't be able to handle it. Park Yoon-jae was dragged by the junior to meet a professor from the US. The professor was impressed with their research and invited them to study at a university in America, a dream institution for astronomy students. The junior was thrilled, but Park Yoon-jae was hesitant, unwilling to leave Kim Ji-eun alone under such circumstances. Kim Ji-eun went to school to find Park Yoon-jae, putting an arm around his shoulder like a good friend, determined to confess that she might never be able to revert to being a woman. But every time she was about to speak, she was interrupted by calls from her best friend. Kim Ji-eun turned off her phone, only to have Park Yoon-jae's phone ring, this time from Lee Min-hyuk. The two rushed home to find their best friend and Lee Min-hyuk eating stewed ribs sent by Kim Ji-eun's grandfather. Just as they were talking, Kang Min-ju barged in loudly, looking for her lost earring. Seeing the stewed ribs, she uninvited herself and joined the feast. At this moment, the grandfather called, reminding everyone who had eaten the ribs to come to the island to help over the weekend. Except for Park Yoon-jae, the others already had plans for the weekend. Coincidentally, Kim Ji-eun planned to take a list of questions for her grandmother and go to the island alone to meet her. To her surprise, when she opened the door, Park Yoon-jae, the junior, her best friend, and Lee Min-hyuk were all there. Out of gratitude for the grandfather's stewed ribs, they collectively decided to go to the island to help. The grandfather assigned rooms, with Kim Ji-eun sharing one with him. In private, the grandfather showed his usual cheerful self, teaching Kim Ji-eun to apply sunscreen before working. Kim Ji-eun also noticed that her grandmother's room was filled with feminine items, including the pink clothes she loved wearing in her youth. Under her grandmother's instructions, Kim Ji-eun and the others went to the dock to start working, sorting the day's catch. During the process, the grandmother pulled Kim Ji-eun aside, and Kim Ji-eun asked all the questions on her list, especially about her real grandfather, her grandmother's husband. The grandmother answered that her husband was a kind and handsome man. After she became a man, she confessed the family's genetic issue to him. He couldn't accept it, but she didn't blame him. It was only human nature. Instead, she was grateful that he left her with a lovely daughter. The grandmother also revealed a secret to Kim Ji-eun, a famous male poet in Korea, was actually Kim Ji-eun's great-grandmother, her mother. After becoming a man, her mother didn't despair but learned to experience the world and life in a unique way. The grandmother said she had also been trying to view this strange life positively, and hoped Kim Ji-eun could do the same. After the grandmother's words, Kim Ji-eun's restless heart gradually calmed. At that moment, Park Yoon-jae approached. The grandmother told Kim Ji-eun that Park Yoon-jae had visited her earlier and declared their romantic relationship with a confident and proud expression, vowing to take good care of Kim Ji-eun. The grandmother could see that Park Yoon-jae was a fine young man. To prevent such a good boy from getting hurt, Kim Ji-eun chose to reveal the truth that the grandfather was actually the grandmother. However, Park Yoon-jae didn't seem shocked, nor did he break up with Kim Ji-eun. Kim Ji-eun was confused. Park Yoon-jae looked at her firmly and said, "You have your attitude, and I have mine." Though the blow was heavy, he didn't want to make any impulsive decisions right now. Compared to an uncertain future, cherishing the present moment was far more important. After saying that, Park Yoon-jae pulled Kim Ji-eun to the dock, where everyone was working. At the dock, Kang Min-ju was bitten by a fish and demanded Park Yoon-jae accompany her to the doctor. For the first time, Kim Ji-eun chose to let go, agreeing to let Park Yoon-jae go alone with Kang Min-ju. After the doctor's visit, Kang Min-ju solemnly confessed to Park Yoon-jae, believing he had feelings for her too. But Park Yoon-jae stated he only saw her as a like-minded junior. Unfazed, Kang Min-ju impulsively kissed Park Yoon-jae's cheek, a scene witnessed by a fisherman on the island. Upon returning, the fisherman exaggerated the incident in front of everyone. Kim Ji-eun, feeling dejected, walked away in silence. Though he knew Kang Min-ju had initiated the kiss, it still bothered him. Park Yoon-jae wanted to talk to Kim Ji-eun, wishing she would get angry like before. Kim Ji-eun admitted she had no right to be angry in her current identity after all. Everyone saw her as a man. What reason did she have to be upset? The incident caused a significant rift between them. Park Yoon-jae confided his troubles to Kim Ji-eun's grandmother, unsure how to help her. The grandmother, drawing from her own life experience, advised him not to overextend himself or make sacrifices. Focusing on his own life was the true way to consider Kim Ji-eun's well-being. Happiness gained through someone else's sacrifice would never last. The night sea breeze was cool. Kang Min-ju suddenly asked Park Yoon-jae if he had decided about studying in America. Only then did Kim Ji-eun realize Park Yoon-jae was facing the difficult choice between love and dreams. That night, Kim Ji-eun tossed and turned, unable to sleep just like Park Yoon-jae. Outside, Kang Min-ju asked Park Yoon-jae why he was hesitating. Park Yoon-jae didn't answer, but Kang Min-ju guessed it must be because of his girlfriend. When Park Yoon-jae still refused to reveal the reason, Kang Min-ju took his hand and declared that at least in this moment, no one in the whole world loved him more than she did. Little did Kang Min-ju know that Kim Ji-eun inside the room heard every word clearly. When Kim Ji-eun woke up, she was shocked to find herself transformed back into a woman. To avoid suspicion, she secretly put on her grandmother's clothes. Park Yoon-jae tried to leave with his girlfriend, but Kang Min-ju wouldn't let go, insisting on knowing where Kim Ji-eun had gone. Seeing his girlfriend hesitate, Park Yoon-jae lied that Kim Ji-eun had already returned to Seoul. The junior kept pressing for answers until Kim Ji-eun stepped forward and announced she was back. In front of Kang Min-ju, Kim Ji-eun and Park Yoon-jae exchanged affectionate words of longing. Before leaving the island, Kim Ji-eun and Park Yoon-jae had a private talk with their grandmother. The grandmother was concerned about whether Park Yoon-jae could adapt to Kim Ji-eun's changes, but he assured her he was already used to such situations. The grandmother advised Kim Ji-eun not to hate herself even if she turned into a man again, warning that if she didn't love herself, she couldn't expect others to accept and love her. Back in Seoul, Park Yoon-jae and Kim Ji-eun stayed close. Kim Ji-eun began to worry about how to explain everything to Kang Min-ju, who lived across the hall. Park Yoon-jae came up with a plan. He told her to say that Kim Ji-eun, as a boy, and his girlfriend were cousins. The boy Kim Ji-eun had temporarily stayed with his cousin due to personal reasons, but had now returned to his own home in the US. To avoid being caught, Kim Ji-eun slipped into her house quietly, only to find Kang Min-ju already inside, invited by her sister. Seeing Kim Ji-eun enter, Kang Min-ju looked puzzled. In a panic, Kim Ji-eun quickly repeated the lie Park Yoon-jae had prepared. The next day, the junior found a takeout order left outside Kim Ji-eun's door. The receipt listed fish balls, reminding her of how much Kim Ji-eun had loved them during their hot pot meal days. Kim Ji-eun's grandmother sent back the luggage she'd left on the island, along with old photos, one of her grandmother as a young woman, and another of her great-grandmother as a man. The great-grandmother had written on the photo, "Those with dreams fear nothing. Every obstacle is a gift." Kim Ji-eun thought of Park Yoon-jae's dreams and searched for the American university he wanted to attend. She wanted to understand his world better. The next day, Kim Ji-eun went to school to find Park Yoon-jae. Kang Min-ju saw her and pretended to be extra close with Park Yoon-jae. Watching them laugh together, Kim Ji-eun was furious. But she didn't back down. She flaunted her upcoming date with Park Yoon-jae in front of Kang Min-ju. Days later, their date went smoothly. That night, Kim Ji-eun brought up Park Yoon-jae's dreams. She wanted him to attend that university, not sacrifice for her. She showed him the photo of her great-grandmother. The story gave her courage. Beyond supporting Park Yoon-jae, she also wanted to revive her own dream to become a web novelist like her friend. But this didn't mean breaking up. She believed they could still meet while chasing their dreams. Park Yoon-jae mentioned the male Kim Ji-eun. In his girlfriend, he saw traces of him. Over time, he realized the male Kim Ji-eun was a true man. That night, they made a promise. Park Yoon-jae gave her a star necklace. They vowed to achieve their dreams. Meanwhile, Kang Min-ju was devastated. She drank with Kim Ji-eun's sister, who had just been rejected by her first love. The sister, drunk, spilled Kim Ji-eun's secret. "My sister and the male, Kim Ji-eun, are the same person." At first, Kang Min-ju dismissed it as drunken ramblings, but after recalling everything that happened with the male Kim Ji-eun, she started believing it. She confronted Kim Ji-eun, who denied everything, insisting she was Park Yoon-jae's real girlfriend. Kang Min-ju had no right to dream. Their argument escalated into a fight. The next day, Kang Min-ju went to Park Yoon-jae crying. He ignored her and rushed to Kim Ji-eun to tend her wounds. That evening, a boy who had been pursuing Kang Min-ju showed up at her door again. He didn't want her to go to America with Park Yoon-jae. When he wouldn't leave, Kim Ji-eun walked by, grabbed a leek, and beat him up just like the male Kim Ji-eun had done before. To confirm, Kang Min-ju called the male Kim Ji-eun's number. Kim Ji-eun's phone rang. After relentless questioning, Kim Ji-eun finally confessed. She was the male Kim Ji-eun. Park Yoon-jae knew from the very beginning. Kang Min-ju felt deeply deceived. She realized she was the only fool who had been tricked all this time. Park Yoon-jae was overjoyed when Kim Ji-eun became a girl again. He bought taiyaki for Kim Ji-eun at a street stall. Kim Ji-eun's sister wasn't home that night, so Park Yoon-jae happily stayed. At Kim Ji-eun's house, they ate taiyaki together sweetly. Kim Ji-eun prayed sincerely, hoping never to turn back into a boy. That night, Kim Ji-eun fell asleep on Park Yoon-jae's lap. But in the middle of the night, Park Yoon-jae woke to find Kim Ji-eun had turned back into a boy. Park Yoon-jae was heartbroken. Kim Ji-eun felt the same way. Both wished it was just a dream. Kang Min-ju even went to see a psychologist. When she mentioned seeing someone change genders overnight, the doctor politely suggested her mind might not be normal. Kang Min-ju later asked Park Yoon-jae if he could truly accept Kim Ji-eun's constant gender changes. Park Yoon-jae sighed he had to because he needed to protect Kim Ji-eun. Kang Min-ju felt hurt. She realized how important Kim Ji-eun was to Park Yoon-jae. Kim Ji-eun had been gloomy lately. His sister called his best friend to cheer him up. The friend told Kim Ji-eun he should get used to the gender changes. When Kim Ji-eun stayed indoors too long, the friend dragged him out to run, urging him to forget his troubles. As Kim Ji-eun ran faster, memories of Park Yoon-jae filled his mind. Exhausted, his bad mood faded. The friend suggested a new perspective. If Kim Ji-eun had to keep changing, he should rethink his relationship with Park Yoon-jae. For Kim Ji-eun, Park Yoon-jae gave up his chance to study in America, throwing away his university application. Kang Min-ju was furious. She asked if Park Yoon-jae saw the male and female Kim Ji-eun as the same person. Park Yoon-jae nodded, but Kang Min-ju believed he couldn't truly love two different people at once. Kim Ji-eun was invited to Park Yoon-jae's home by his parents. Thanks to Kim Ji-eun's tutoring, Park Yoon-jae's younger sister showed her first academic improvement. The parents begged Kim Ji-eun to continue teaching their daughter for another month. Reluctantly, Kim Ji-eun agreed due to their earnest request. In the room, the sister gossiped about Kim Ji-eun and Park Yoon-jae's relationship. She hoped they'd go to America together to freely continue dating. Unbeknownst to them, Park Yoon-jae's parents overheard this conversation from outside. Only then did the parents realize their son's tutor was actually in a relationship with him. The conservative mother couldn't accept this at first. She was so angry that she fell ill in bed. The mother scolded Park Yoon-jae for lying to her. Seeing him openly holding Kim Ji-eun's hand made her even angrier. Park Yoon-jae ignored his mother and insisted on taking Kim Ji-eun home. But Kim Ji-eun, with tears in her eyes, asked him to go back and take care of his mother. That day made Kim Ji-eun realize she'd oversimplified everything. On her way home, she looked troubled. Then Kang Min-ju approached her. She told Kim Ji-eun about Park Yoon-jae giving up his chance to go to America. Kang Min-ju accused Kim Ji-eun of being selfish. She believed Kim Ji-eun was holding Park Yoon-jae back from his dreams. Kang Min-ju warned that if they continued, similar situations would happen repeatedly. If Kim Ji-eun truly loved Park Yoon-jae, she should let him go. Her words struck Kim Ji-eun. Perhaps refusing to let go in love was also a form of selfishness. The next day, Kim Ji-eun met Park Yoon-jae. He pretended everything was fine as usual, but Kim Ji-eun brought up how he'd given up his dreams for her. She didn't want Park Yoon-jae to make sacrifices for her. From family to dreams, his life had become a mess because of her. Seeing Park Yoon-jae still pretending to be strong, Kim Ji-eun decided to break up first. Maybe it was time for them to let go. After the breakup, Park Yoon-jae couldn't stop crying. Kim Ji-eun also sobbed uncontrollably in a lonely corner. In the evening, noticing his son's low mood, Park Yoon-jae's father tried to take him out for noodles, but was refused. Being relatively open-minded, the father advised that if Park Yoon-jae could take full responsibility for his life, he should live as he pleased. Yet Park Yoon-jae remained heartbroken. Living happily with Kim Ji-eun was his greatest free will. To cope with the breakup, Kim Ji-eun decided to temporarily move to her best friend's house. Before leaving, she visited Kang Min-ju next door to tell her about the breakup. She hoped Kang Min-ju could help Park Yoon-jae reapply to the American university. At her friend's place, Kim Ji-eun planned to write her own web novel. She wanted to face life in a new way. Then someone knocked. When the friend opened the door, it was Lee Min-hyuk with snacks. Seeing Kim Ji-eun there, naive Lee Min-hyuk actually believed her earlier disappearance was due to going to America. When Lee Min-hyuk learned Kim Ji-eun would stay with her friend, he panicked. He insisted Kim Ji-eun live with him, thinking it inappropriate for an unrelated man and woman to cohabit. The friend tried to stop him but couldn't explain clearly when pressed. At school, Park Yoon-jae was completely distracted, constantly recalling sweet moments with Kim Ji-eun. Kang Min-ju approached him. She had checked, and, though the American school's deadline had passed, the professor was willing to give Park Yoon-jae another chance. Kang Min-ju urged him to seize this opportunity, believing a fresh start elsewhere would help him move on. But Park Yoon-jae's thoughts were still consumed by Kim Ji-eun. While working at the cafe, Lee Min-hyuk updated Park Yoon-jae on Kim Ji-eun's situation. He mentioned Kim Ji-eun was actively preparing for a novel competition and seemed to be doing well. Park Yoon-jae felt both happy and sad. He had assumed Kim Ji-eun would be as heartbroken as he was. At home at night, Park Yoon-jae almost called Kim Ji-eun, but remembering her words during the breakup, he hesitated and hung up. The next day, Park Yoon-jae submitted his application to study in America to the professor. Seeing him finally make a choice, Kang Min-ju happily took him out for drinks. Park Yoon-jae drank himself into oblivion, still unable to forget Kim Ji-eun. That night he was completely drunk, constantly calling out Kim Ji-eun's name. Kang Min-ju, worried about him, went home and found Park Yoon-jae drunk and squatting outside Kim Ji-eun's door. He eventually fell asleep lying there. Kang Min-ju had no choice but to help him up and take him to her place, covering him with a blanket. Looking at Park Yoon-jae's face, Kang Min-ju couldn't resist wanting to kiss him, but in his sleep, Park Yoon-jae kept calling out Kim Ji-eun's name. Frustrated, Kang Min-ju gave up and walked away angrily. The next morning, Park Yoon-jae woke up to find himself in Kang Min-ju's house. He felt utterly ashamed of his drunken state. As he got up and prepared to leave, the moment he stepped out, he bumped into Kim Ji-eun. But seeing Park Yoon-jae emerge from Kang Min-ju's home, Kim Ji-eun turned cold and said nothing. Park Yoon-jae tried to explain, but Kim Ji-eun waved him off. They were already broken up and had nothing to do with each other anymore. With that, she shut the door behind her, leaving Park Yoon-jae heartbroken. Inside, Kim Ji-eun looked equally sorrowful. What Kim Ji-eun didn't know was that the night she turned back into a girl, Park Yoon-jae had also prayed for her. He begged for her to stay as she was, never to change again. For Kim Ji-eun, he was willing to do anything. After the breakup, Kim Ji-eun and Park Yoon-jae began moving in different directions. Kim Ji-eun spent all day writing novels at home. Park Yoon-jae prepared for his studies in America. To see Kim Ji-eun one last time before leaving, Park Yoon-jae asked Lee Min-hyuk for help. Lee Min-hyuk messaged Kim Ji-eun, pretending to urge her to return clothes. When Kim Ji-eun arrived, she found Park Yoon-jae waiting instead. In front of Park Yoon-jae, Kim Ji-eun pretended to be strong. She insisted she was fine and told him to eat and sleep well in America. But Park Yoon-jae had come to beg her to stay. Tearfully, he asked if she truly wanted him to leave. To not hinder Park Yoon-jae's dreams, Kim Ji-eun turned away cruelly. That night, Kang Min-ju told Kim Ji-eun their flight to America was the next day. She even shared the flight details to give them a chance to say goodbye. The next day, Park Yoon-jae said goodbye to his family and prepared to board. But Kim Ji-eun didn't come to see him off. Only after her friend called did she notice the last lines of her novel were filled with Park Yoon-jae's flight details. Realizing she still cared, Kim Ji-eun rushed out. But when she arrived, Park Yoon-jae was already boarding. They missed their final chance to say goodbye. Days later, during a family dinner, Kim Ji-eun's parents expressed concern about her breakup. But Kim Ji-eun comforted them, comparing it to how her mother had courageously kept her father. She believed their breakup was the best outcome for both. Time flew. 3 months after Park Yoon-jae left, Kim Ji-eun focused on eating well and exercising. In America, Park Yoon-jae threw himself into his studies. Kang Min-ju often tried to take him out, hoping to get closer. But Park Yoon-jae always refused, citing his studies. One day, Park Yoon-jae's sister sent him a message, recommending a web novel. She said the male protagonist reminded her of him. Park Yoon-jae immediately recognized the author as Kim Ji-eun. With her best friend's strong support, Kim Ji-eun's novel became widely popular and well received by readers. At her friend's house that day, Kim Ji-eun accidentally discovered Lee Min-hyuk hiding in the closet. Seeing how close Lee Min-hyuk was with her friend, Kim Ji-eun realized they were dating. Lee Min-hyuk still didn't know that male Kim Ji-eun and female Kim Ji-eun were the same person. He always wondered why Kim Ji-eun kept going to a girl's house. Kim Ji-eun lied, saying her friend's place was quiet and gave her writing inspiration. Hearing this, Lee Min-hyuk took Kim Ji-eun to the coffee shop where he worked. It was completely empty, even quieter. The coffee shop owner glanced at Kim Ji-eun's handsome face and hired him as a part-time worker. From that day on, Kim Ji-eun started working there. Lee Min-hyuk handed him an apron to wear during shifts. Kim Ji-eun noticed Park Yoon-jae's name tag on it. It was the apron Park Yoon-jae had used. Seeing the name tag, Kim Ji-eun couldn't help but miss Park Yoon-jae, who was far away. Meanwhile, Park Yoon-jae always followed Kim Ji-eun's web novel updates during his busy studies. The novel was based on their real-life experiences. Every time he read it, Park Yoon-jae recalled funny moments from their time together. He deeply felt Kim Ji-eun's cuteness. Park Yoon-jae was always the first to comment on each new chapter. Naive Kim Ji-eun didn't know her most loyal reader was actually Park Yoon-jae. She started frequently interacting with him in the comments section. They shared their thoughts and feelings about the novel's characters. Through these written exchanges, all the beautiful memories from their past relationship became even more vivid. Deep winter arrived, with snowflakes falling outside the window. Kim Ji-eun felt melancholy. How wonderful it would be if Park Yoon-jae were by her side right now. At that moment, a strange customer walked in. The customer was wearing a hoodie and handed Kim Ji-eun their passport. Kim Ji-eun saw it was Park Yoon-jae. On the day Kim Ji-eun completed her novel serialization, Park Yoon-jae made a decision. He would return to Kim Ji-eun's side. To pursue love, he abandoned his ongoing studies. Now, Park Yoon-jae read aloud a letter from his professor to Kim Ji-eun. The professor wrote, "Though Park Yoon-jae gave up studying the universe midway, he believes Park Yoon-jae's universe isn't the vast starry sky, but the other side where someone exists." After finishing the letter, Park Yoon-jae took Kim Ji-eun to stargaze. The galaxy was distant, but Park Yoon-jae felt extremely at peace, because the distance he wanted was right beside him at that moment. Kim Ji-eun finally stopped refusing. Park Yoon-jae also gave her Kang Min-ju's card. On it, Kang Min-ju declared she would return Park Yoon-jae to Kim Ji-eun. After studying abroad, Kang Min-ju gradually realized she couldn't break into Park Yoon-jae's heart. Park Yoon-jae demanded Kim Ji-eun take responsibility for him completely, even planning to move across from her house. During their conversation, Kim Ji-eun learned that Park Yoon-jae was actually her novel's loyal reader. Seeing this man who understood her heart so well, Kim Ji-eun finally let go of her last hesitation. Whether male or female didn't matter. In example, she only knew that time spent with Park Yoon-jae was so happy. Park Yoon-jae said too, nothing mattered as long as it was Kim Ji-eun. After confessing to each other, they resumed their relationship. By the time Park Yoon-jae returned, Kim Ji-eun had been female for 3 whole months. But back then, every time she went out, she would pack men's items like razors in her luggage. The future still held uncertainties, but it didn't matter. At that moment, the two were immersed in their happy little universe. That was enough.